Let's continue that conversation around the SONA. So President Cyril Ramaphosa will have to focus on the economy this evening, if that's got to inspire confidence among investors. And to talk more about this, I've actually got Bernstein, who is from the CDE, and she's the director, as I said, at the Center for Development and Enterprise. Thank you so much for your time this evening. And so we are expecting the President to answer tonight why this economy is still not job absorbing. But I want to take a few steps back and get your take on an economic cluster of ministers that appear to be unsynced in the revival approach for some time now. So what's your take on this?
Look, I think two things. I want to comment on the social compact issue. Frankly, I think we should have a lot less talk about social compacting and a lot more leadership from the President. It's all very well to get people together when you've made a decision so that you can get buy-in, but you don't lead a country through endless talking summits and meetings. So a lot more decisiveness is required. I think also we sit in a situation where every SONA, since 2018, when this President made his first speech at the beginning of Parliament, we've had promises made, but they are never kept. And the question, I think, needs to be answered tonight is why is nobody ever held accountable for this lack of performance? The Constitution emboldens the President and the ministers in his cabinet to be accountable. But if they don't deliver, why is nobody ever fired? So I think that is a vital issue, and if just a few people were moved out of the cabinet, the right people, this would be a big mark of change and seriousness from the President about actually getting delivery to happen.
And of course, a very good point that you raised there, Anne, because what we see apart from the talk shops, there's always an establishment of some or other committee to help with this economic trouble that we have, committees that just don't do anything.
Well, you know, we elect a government to govern, and to govern is to choose. It's not to hold endless meetings. So I think we need far more leadership, far more decisiveness, and serious action and explanation as to why all the promises are very seldom met. Why are we in this escalating crisis on almost every front, from the economy to jobs to social stability, all exacerbated by how COVID-19 has been handled. And now I think the biggest governance failure of all has been how the government has failed to acquire vaccines in time. Why is it only in January that the Minister of Health and the Minister of Finance get together to discuss paying for this and sorting this out? What could be more important for our economic recovery than to get the vaccines, to get them in the right numbers, and to roll out the vaccination program as quickly as possible? And yet we're behind.
Very interesting insights then. Of course, there's so much more to talk about with Bernstein, and of course those conversations will continue. She's the Executive Director at the Center for Development and Enterprise.